Alright, it was installed. As it says, installation complete. It gives you some information about how to start the server, which is exactly what we're going to do right now. So let's do it. It says to cd change directory from where we are into the nodeGame installation directory. nodeGame minus v11 511. Enter. So you see the it got updated here to the current directory. I'm gonna clean the screen a little bit, so we're gonna up. Good. Now let's see what's inside. There is a bunch of files. The most important is the launcher, which is actually going to start the server. So let's try it out. Node launcher.js. You can give some parameters, but let's start as a default without any parameters. So press enter, see what happens. So the first we got back the string nodeGame 511, which means it is running. Let's open the browser and go to the address which is called localhost 8080. So localhost means your own computer, and then there's a colon, this is 8080. 8080 is the port. Each program which runs on your computer can be contacted by ringing the bell as its door, and so it opens the port, and you can talk to him at this address. You can change this address. 8080 is kind of standard for online experiments or for software which don't want to bother you on other ports, which the default one is the 80 for any other website. So we're going to do the 8080, which is usually not used, and after this long description, we can finally see what's there. Alright, so the nodeGame server is running. There is an About tab, which tells you what you already know. nodeGame is a framework for fast, scalable, multiplayer, real-time experiments in the browser. Very good, that's what we're here for. And there is one game you start with, which is called the Ultimatum game. There is a link which brings you to the source code of the game, which is on GitHub. We will see how to change it in the next videos. There is a Wikipedia entry that explains what the Ultimatum game is, and there is a link for playing the Ultimatum game. Here it is. So we're supposed to wait for a friend, but since it's only us on our computer, we're gonna play with bots. We can also select a treatment, and we let them choose automatically by the engine. So let's click on play. We got an audio notification the game started, which is very useful when people are waiting a long time in the waiting room. Here this tells you which stage we are in, how much time we left to take a decision, and this is just an initial stage where we can select the language of the game. We pick English. And if you pick Deutsch, you see it's not fully translated, just as an example. So go for English and click done over here. Here are the instructions of the game. It says that if is a two-player game, one player is the bidder, is going to make an offer to the other player, the respondent, about how to share a certain amount of money. In this case, 100 experimental currencies units. And if the respondent accepts division, we both get what we agreed upon. Otherwise, nobody gets nothing. And there is some other information which is not very relevant at this point. There's a quiz. So this is an example of a nodeGame widget to create quiz. It's very easy to create this kind of structures here. So for example, if I click something randomly, I should be notified that I made some mistakes. Here it is. So I didn't understand anything on the instruction. So we actually split 100 coins. If my partner rejects the offer, we both get nothing. Oh, this was the difficult one, which I haven't read. Well, you go for the longest one in this case, and you never fail. This is an example of another widget that tried to capture the mood in which you're running the experiment, in which you are while you're doing the experiment. You do a nice pattern here, and you press done. And now it's the actual ultimatum game. You see there's still the timer to make a decision, and we pick a decision between 0 and 100 and see if the guy, the bot we are playing against, is gonna accept our 50 unit offer. Oh, it was rejected. Now we are waiting for an offer, and of course if you rejected mine, I'm rejecting his or her, the bot. Reject. We got here to the final questionnaire, which asks if there was disconnection of the other player, why did it disconnect? Well, the bot did not disconnect, so it's not applicable. And that's it. Now we participated and we got this, it is another nodeGame widget that tells how much money we won. We won 0 because all our offers got rejected. And we can leave some feedback here saying, I think you need to pay more, much more. And since we still have 7 characters less, much more. We can submit the feedback, gets saved into the database, into the file system, and we're done. We don't want to give our email. So this was an overview of the installation and the game. You can see also one more thing before we say goodbye for this first video, is that you have the monitor interface, just a brief introduction, which is available. Actually, let's open a new tab. Oops. Here it is. So this was an administrator of the game. The experimenter would see this is an ultimatum channel. There's a bunch of rooms, such as the waiting room. There's even a garage room. This is a room where the requirements are checked. We passed very quickly through it. We almost didn't see it. And this is the room where the 2 players were playing, one bot player and one actual player, that was us. So we both reached the final stage, stage 8. And we have, besides controlling a number of settings here, we don't see them now, this is just a quick intro. We have possibility to pause the game, resume, set start, stop, and so on. Move the game at a specific stage, which is quite useful, but maybe the most useful option is the chat. We can talk with the participants while they are in the game. Hi. Why do you think I did not pay enough? You can chat. It opened this box here, and it also should open a box here. Here. The monitor says, hi, why do you think I did not pay enough? Because you gave me 0. You cheap experimenter. And at this point, you close the tab and say goodbye.